Some criticisms of you, primarily around the Climate 200 backers. You are backed by them, of course. You are pro-environment, and you have spoken about voting green in the past. So folks might be inclined to ask you the question, well, aren't you just a green in disguise?
They can ask that, and yes, I have an entire background in advocating for our climate, but people are talking about climate here. Look where we live. It's an amazing place, and it's so vulnerable to climate change, with Cyclone Alfred just coming through. What I'll be doing as a community representative is listening to the community and fighting for what the community needs, irrespective of party lines.
You're a business owner, small business owner. So there's an opening with the Liberal Party. More so to be pro-business. Why didn't you join the Liberal Party?
Because the community is being taken for granted here by the LNP, you know.
What do you mean taken for granted?
A really good statistic for you. So in the last 3 years, if you look at the discretionary federal grant funding across Australia, there was $900 million. So if you divide that by the 151 electorates, you should be receiving $6 million each. Do you know how much we got here in McPherson? $45,000. That's less than 1%. We have seen our critical infrastructure dropped off priority lists, the heavy rail to the airport for one, because we're being taken for granted. I cannot express this enough. When a party assumes it has your vote, the needs of the community, our critical infrastructure, fall by the wayside. And we are the 6th largest city in Australia and the fastest growing economy, yet despite these economic contributions, we're being taken for granted.
Another criticism is you're not from here. And people, for the most part, they don't like parachute candidates.
Yep.
What's your response to that?
Well, my family has been here for a really long time, living in Mudgery Bar, but I've travelled and lived all over the world. I went to college in the US and in the UK, and I've lived in various places in Australia, and I think it gives you a really worldly perspective. You know, you can see these outside things that are going well all over the world, things that are not going well, and bring them here to make the Gold Coast a better place.
You would certainly beat your opponent in a marathon.
I would hope so.
150 marathons you did in 150 days? Was that consecutively?
Yes, so
it was
get
to the bottom of this. You did what, a marathon 40 Ks?
42.195. Don't shortchange me there. Yeah, every day. From Cape York to Melbourne.
It's incredible.
6,332 Ks.
All right.
Takes grit, determination.
It does. You got a profile out of that too. You got some publicity out of it. So well done on achieving that. But best of luck this weekend. And just a final note here on the changing face of the region. I've been talking about this as well. It's often seen as an inevitability in some parts because of a younger, more progressive vote that's coming in. If it's not this election, are you sticking around? Do you see it potentially coming more into play in 3 years?
Yes, I mean, I'm absolutely focused on May 3rd, and I'm throwing everything at May 3rd. But, you know, in the chance that it doesn't happen, yeah, I think having a strong candidate in 2028 will keep the LNP kind of focused on making sure the Gold Coast is being looked after.
All right, Erchana, I really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it.
So there you go. We've heard from the Teal Independent and also the Liberal candidate. Yeah, they're not so much worried about the Labor Party this time around. It's more the Teals. So we'll see how that goes. Well, there's a different teal colour though, I should say. You might have noticed there is the yellow hats they're wearing instead of that teal kind of aqua colour. But anyway.